What is going on, guys? My name is Bob and thank you all for once again joining in today's video. We are gonna talk about Bitcoin, which had a drop towards the support line at around 52k. Also altcoins, what is happening with some liquidations, where do I think price is going. Also Bitcoin on the market dominance is getting rejected off of this line. So let's get straight into it and get into the news. As always, starting off by looking at the Bitcoin price. From last video, we were around here. We broke below this support line of 58k, and since then we have had a fake out towards the upside towards 60k, and then a drop continuing with a rejection of this level when we retested this support level. Now it's a resistance, and after that it was pretty smooth towards the downside. Currently we are holding some bit of support at around 53.4k, which in smaller time frames currently we are maybe making some sort of small little double bottom pattern, which would get us to around 56k if that were to play out. But we have to wait, of course, before we break this high and before we assess the situation, before we can assess the situation further. And let me remove these lines real quick because it's not a really big pattern or anything. If you want to jump into a small leverage trade, I would suggest going in at around 55k, 54.9, and then ride it to like 56 if you're using like 100x leverage with a small little stop loss. So yeah, zooming out, this massive structure we have right here, this massive what we call this megaphone pattern is still intact. Yeah, it doesn't look that strong though, because we made a significant lower high right here than we had here. Like if you can see, all these highs were around the same level between 69 and 74k, and this didn't even hit 66k, so barely touched 65k. So that's not signaling a lot of strength in the market. So that's something to look out for. Hopefully we can assume that this level will hold and we see a little bounce, but if not, yeah, then disaster will probably strike. But we'll see about that later in the we can't tell what's going to happen about that right now. What we can say right now is that the Bitcoin dominance is getting rejected from this massive trend line going all the way back to 2017. We had this Bitcoin dominance right here, the sloping down. It has been rejected like almost every time, fake out once above it, but like all the other times it has been rejected from this level. Yeah, is this the time, guys, that we see altcoins shine and Bitcoin dominance going towards maybe 40% again, like we had right here? That would mean an insane pump for the altcoins. But yeah, in my opinion, I think it's actually likely that right now this is the start of the Bitcoin dominance going down. I'm already surprised that it even reached like 57.5%, because I was estimating when we were here that the Bitcoin dominance would reach around 52%, but we went even higher to 58 almost. So right now, I think this is the time that Bitcoin dominance is gonna tumble down and we will see altcoins shine. Talking about altcoins right now, we can see that Bitcoin had currently in the weekends up like almost 1%, but all the other altcoins, like nearly all of them, are outperforming Bitcoin by quite a ton, like 80%, 11%. There's a lot of bullishness in the altcoin market. Once Bitcoin starts pumping, altcoins will go ballistic right now, I'm pretty sure. And that's why I think that once we see a pump from this level for Bitcoin, and it gets up to like 15% gain, we might see some altcoins even doing 100% gain in that period of time. Because right now a lot of people are actually looking into altcoins, and yeah, the altcoin season has to come around at some point, and I think right now is probably the time. Why do I think we're gonna see a pump for Bitcoin? Well, looking at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we see that below us right here is like no liquidations, and above us is a lot of liquidations. We have, if we count all of these together, we have around like 10 billion in liquidations to around 60k. So this is very like very tempting for the whales to pump the price towards 60k. So we see all these liquidations happening, and they scooping up some cheap Bitcoin. So I think right now, because right here you saw we had more liquidations to the downside and price got pushed towards the downside. Then again, we had more liquidations to the downside, price got pushed to the downside. Right now we see massive liquidations to the upside. So we could assume, well, I assume that we can have some pumps towards the upside right now to liquidate all these liquidations. Because that's what this market is doing when it's going sideways. Right now, if we look at the chart, we are basically have been sideways the whole time with some volatility, but like all this volatility is just whale maneuvers to make people liquidate. In my opinion, this is just all ranging and whales making more money by pushing price to certain points and liquidating certain people. So that's why I believe that right now we could see a pump towards the upside, towards 60k, and altcoins could go up massively, even more than Bitcoin will. And we will see the Bitcoin dominance go down. So yeah, that's what I think right now. What's up for Bitcoin? We do have some bad news right now as well. Well, right now it's recovering a bit, but as we scroll down here, you can see that actually 2 days ago we had Trump like almost the same percentage as Harris. Right now he's gaining a lead again with 52 versus 47%. Yeah, we have like 58 days left till the election, and right now we could actually see some manipulation of this graph. So I'm not looking too much into this, but it is quite quite interesting to look at, because all the people I speak to, they are voting Trump. So it's weird that it's only 52% on this website, on this election forecast. But it's funny to keep an eye out on. But if we see Trump lose, let's say to like 47% and Harris to like 52%, that's gonna get some fear into the market, since a lot of price speculation for the upside for Bitcoin is when Trump gets president. So, but if Trump gets president in around 60 days, let's say 2 months, that's like November, that's most likely also in line with when the next leg up for Bitcoin should be. So right now we should just expect to be ranging in this vicinity between November, something like here, October, November, maybe mid-November to like here. And then maybe we will be at this point at around 70k by then. If we see something like this happening, we go up towards here, and in November we are somewhere around here. We see President Trump being elected, and then price will continue towards the upside. But right now I believe that currently we are still ranging, and it's probably not likely we see a pump today or tomorrow, but maybe it's some small, like I mentioned here, some small little gains every day, and we will see altcoins actually outperforming Bitcoin and picking up way more. So that leaves me with one question. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. But the question I have for you guys, what altcoins are you buying right now to hold in this next level of the bull market? For me personally, it's Render and Psy right here, not doing too great yet, but I'm a big holder of Render, and it's also my biggest hold. I'm the biggest bull on Render. Also Solana I'm holding, and for other altcoins I don't really have a very good clue on what to hold. But if you have any suggestions for me, leave them down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.